alone, won't you leave me alone? If you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna leave.
The term artist these days, and for many, many, many years and decades, I never use, and I try not to use, and I am very suspicious. It's like George Mechunas of the Fluxus, when who started Soho, when somebody used to come, to him to join the cooperative, one of those cooperatives that he was setting. Just, so what do you do? And if somebody says, oh, I am an artist, then he immediately said, you pay double. That's how he used to punish those who considered themselves artists. You pay double. You're an artist, really? You pay double. I jump when I hear one, artist maybe is less than creative. That's the one that makes me crazy. Creative. It's creative people who destroy everything that I like. Creative, good bread and good wine and good food, because they don't like anything that has been established for thousands of years and it's good and makes you healthy and strong. They want to try different and they destroy everything. Creativity, creative, and people who have ideas. I would ban all those people somewhere. Or designers. Oh, mamma mia! Of course, they're the workers. I wrote once a manifesto, anti-worker manifesto, because workers is a new invention. When you're a farmer, you get up, the sun is going to come up soon, you get up, you take care of cattle, or you do what has to be done. You're not a worker. You just do. You're part of what has to be done, of life. And later the worker comes in, and they are responsible, and they don't care what they do. They will make, the needles to torture people, to squeeze under your nails. They will do everything for money. Workers. I hate workers because they do everything for money. They don't love what they're doing. Another thing I hate, retirement. He's retired. It means if one retires, that means that work that one was doing, he did not care about his work. He was just a worker. Yes, workers retire. Those who love what they're doing, they never retire. They just die doing what they're doing. Like this sculptor in Lithuania. He died carrying a stone. That is life. That's what I like. That's Karl Theodor Dreyer, Marie Menken, great filmmaker, Yoko Ono's daughter Kyoko, and so forth. Andy Warhol with this video camera. The legs of Yoko Ono and John Lennon.
Is that from your work?
Yes, these are all from my film. And mother of Maya Deren. Etc. Storm the Hirsch and wild strawberries in the where I was born, same place. There are 30,000 films in this building, of which, at least maybe 2,000 are by avant-garde independents. And they must be protected. Until that is, first I have to build a library. Next to this building we have a space. You cannot even pass through the corridors in this place, boxes and boxes full of film. And the paper materials from many, many collections, people like Louis Jacobs, the historian, or the collections of Bleecker Street Cinema, or my own, they're in boxes and boxes, not accessible to scholars who keep bothering me, calling every day, coming, dropping in. We have to build a library. and it's 3.5 million in that space next to us, and we will build it. We had an archivist 10 years ago. We don't have an archivist now because we have no money to hire an archivist. So most of the work I do myself during the leftovers of my time.
What made you come to New York?
I was brought and dropped in New York by the United Nations Refugee Organization. They had made, after the war, they had to disperse all those. I spent 4 years in displaced person camps in Germany. And time came when they had to disperse them. The strong people went, to Canada to cut woods, and they usually come, and come, we need 100 strong, people. So they took them, all kinds of places. I was neither strong nor. So I said, okay, now we quit. So then we hear United Nations Refugee Organization got papers for us and a job in Chicago in a bakery. So I said, okay, who cares? Actually, before that, we signed up to work on a ship that was cruising between Howard and Sydney in Australia. And while we were waiting, to be called to the ship, this thing comes, go to Chicago to work in a bakery. So, okay, who cares? So they bring us and they drop us in New York, and there are train tickets to Chicago. We walk out. They're on the elevation on 23rd Street, and we look. This is New York. This is, it would be crazy. You are in New York, and it would be crazy to go to Chicago. Of course it would be crazy to go to Chicago if you are in New York. We never went to Chicago.